Welcome back, everybody. It has been a little bit of a long break. We just came back from war. We've been fighting pretty valiantly, haven't we, Seaside?
I've been fighting a lot.
Yeah, we've been fighting a lot, and actually, we survived the war. So we're here to provide you some final content here for the day. It is going to be a pretty sick match at the very least for the conclusion of today's broadcast. It is going to be Virtus.Pro, the plow that we watched earlier, up against Berzerk, the German mix, the team that I'm actually quite fond of. So I think this will be quite a nice battle here, Keith.
Another team I haven't had the chance of commentating yet on the side of Berzerk.
Ooh, okay.
I'm excited. Maybe you can fill me in a little bit. But Virtus.Pro and Nuke with snacks. I mean, I get some old vibe skis.
Yeah.
We saw them own on Mirage earlier. And I feel like CT side is gonna be really good for them no matter what. As T side has become obviously a little bit more difficult as I think Nuke is rebalanced out, not quite to the old score lines, but I think like 10-5, 9-6. CT side favored is probably where we sit now.
For sure. Yeah, now if you're unfamiliar with Berzerk, some of these players, especially Tossin, are coming in from the old Penta roster. They were a little bit more well known back then under that title, but now they fight under the Berzerk tag. So this is a pretty good mix. I believe it's 3 German players. They have a Swedish player, or I think it's a Swiss player, not Swedish. And they have a 5th who I believe is either from the CIS region. Yeah, I'm going to go settle with that. So it's kind of a nice mix, but mostly German. But I think this game will be a 50-50, I think. Or close to a 50-50-50.
It comes down to like who can get the economy under control and if you can set the pace on T side. Because if you just start getting shut down and the CTs are doing lobby crunches and you have no room to go outside because let's say the support nades are so good and the opera's tearing you apart, it's going to be hard. Nuke's an interesting map where you have 2 options on T side. You like default methodically gain out like control across the map and then base it on a pick. Or you straight up just execute a spawn and
now let's see what they're up to. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the in-game right now, or the action will begin and we will have to predict. We can just watch, Keith. And the knife round is for the Berzerk side, so I imagine they will be choosing CT side. A good start for Nuke. Let the games begin. Fight.
They are going to fight, and I'm calling it now based on Veggie's utility. Sax is good by utility as well. This is just going to be a nade open door smoke mini, either A hit or B hit. And by B, I meant ramp. So yeah, the nade open door, flash out. Okalicious. Okay, gets room from those flashes. And that is that. The utility comes into play. Tossin is quick on the flank, but Virtus.Pro need to get into some good post plants and soon. They're going to try to retake lobby. And that is where Tossin is shutting it down. 3 kills to him before he hits the dirt. Veggie's got the last 2. The power of utility and speed shown in that round. Yeah,
speed is definitely a factor. Okalicious was just zooming in sight off that perfect utility from Snacks. He really depended on it. He really trusted his teammate to throw proper flashbangs, and they were effective. It is Virtus.Pro, even though Tossin's attempt to bring that one back just fell a little bit short with Veggie's 2K. So now we're back on track. It is going to be Berzerk picking up the deagle armor for Tossin, of course, but the remaining players have not much to invest. So this will likely be in Virtus.Pro's favor. But let's see how it plays out. Right now, Virtus.Pro is playing pretty respectful. They're not really pushing aggressively. They're just holding. They're waiting for the right time to strike, and they're maintaining control of lobby, which typically is a pretty common... There it is. Patience rewarded.
There's a Zeus in play, Roy.
There is a Zeus in play.
A Zeus kill, though. Where is Mr. Legit? He is in the hut. Well, more specifically, top hut. Well, it looks like Virtus.Pro have a decent read that you really don't want to pressure A too much with their outside control. They'll throw a little bit of utility in towards it, but I imagine they go ramp unless they get gifted another kill towards A. And that seems to be the play.
This is full control. I mean, they have full control of ramp. They have not. Lobby has not been taken away from Berzerk just yet. Now they're really running this clock down. Luckily for them. Oh, as I say that, Tossin finds a kill towards J-Hall. That's information gained. 30 seconds left on the clock. Now, Virtus.Pro, the jig is up. They know exactly what they're up to, and it is going to be a hit towards the B site. Berzerk rotating down the vents. It could get messy back here in the secret halls.
good on Okalicious to make sure this ramp push isn't going to happen, though. And it looks like Berzerk don't really want to feed these SMGs of Virtus.Pro. Good on VP to realize that you need to own control room before you can really get a safe plant in. You can give up decon, but double doors and control is so mandatory. Snatchy will be gifted kill. Legit last man standing. I think Snatchy's going to hunt him as well. And he will. The Zeus will not get popped off. VP go up 2-0. Berzerk will get a buy. It's going to be lacking those mollies, though. So look for VP to, I imagine, just explode this round.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a Mac 10 and an ump left in their hands, so I imagine they will utilize that in some factor. But I like to see this purchase coming out from Berzerk. 2 players downgrading to FAMASas, which gets them that extra utility and the single kit in play as well. So it will be outside smokes coming out early here from Virtus.Pro. The cookie cutter, the bread and butter for Nuke. Look at Melissa's position though, Keith. He's up close and personal.
Trying to cross, and Zito is hoping he gets more than one. I mean, he gets one and puts Okalicious down to 1. And I don't know if you can hear that rain outside, Roy, but if my power cuts out, no, I'll be okay, baby.
It was actually storming where I was as well.
Good old thunderstorms.
Pray for you.
TY. Molly from Snacks onto the site. Tossin has a good rotate as he gets down to Catwalk. Now, as a minute strikes on the clock, VP have put Berzerk in a weird spot position-wise. And sinks alone towards A site. And I mean, all you can ask for is him getting 1. And it's all in the retake. Or, excuse me, Cello. They're just flying up the vents, flying up everywhere. And it's Snacks at 1v2. He knows one. Heaven wins that fight against Legit. And with no head armor on Constant, this is doable for Snacks. The dink and kill retrieves the AK. VP rip the 3rd round out of Berzerk's hand.
Okay, Snacks. We see you. That was sick with the Mac 10 of all weapons. I didn't think he was going to win the first duel or Raptors, let alone the second one. But yeah, the lack of head armor came back to bite them. Now Berzerk will be on the Deagle Eco, also known as the Deco. Now, German Deagles are something to be messed with, Keith. Very consistent. A good early grenade harass. Could have been better. But so far, it's the same pace coming out from Virtus.Pro on these types of rounds. They're not really doing anything aggressive or crazy. They're just holding it down. Maintaining control, taking whatever long-range engagements they are given. Besides that, it's pretty disciplined from Virtus.Pro.
I cannot blame them. They've killed the aggressor towards red box outside. They're going to go ahead and smoke mini so Deagle can't jiggle and get 1 kill. They have support from above in the side form of Mihu. And Snacks are just going to flash over. And they're going to continue to gain control towards outside. It's shaping up like a heaven ramp. But Berzerk do have a player coming up secret. We'll see if VP hold for this. A lovely shot from Tossin. Nearly the second, but Snacks has an AK. If he had anything else, that might not have won as well.
This is really awkward because Melissa's position is compromised. They know he's here. And it's just becoming more awkward by the second as he looks for that 1D. But I think he's just had enough. He's done playing around. Now the remaining 2 players for Berzerk are towards the upper A site. And Snatchy and Mihu have opened it up so easily. And it's all down to Melissa now. Whose position was known. So I imagine they will be ready for him to come up the vents. And yeah, Snatchy's holding for it. Oh, not anymore. Oh, he's back. Okay.
Snacks is going to hold the vents, and I'd say Malzina has escaped with an AK, which, to be honest, isn't so bad with armor. But I have a weird feeling he won't be able to hang on to this. Snacks is pretty rich. He doesn't want to lose one more gun. In fact, Snacks is... That was so interesting from Snacks. He shot the taser down the vent to make a sound cue. So Malzina may think he's getting flanked. I don't think he's going to bother pushing up anymore, but he's considering it. He might just lose his AK.
Okay, did Snacks fake it, or did he try to chase the player as he came up the vents? I think he was trying to get the... Was he not?
No, he shot the taser because it was on the ground down the vent. to make the thunk noise of like dropping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what the heck? I can't believe Snacks
No.
wait for the taser on the guy going up vents. That's so savage if it was. Now, regardless, Berzerk's economy, it has stabilized, Keith. They have the double logs. They have the AWP in hand now with the kit as well. Surprised not to see more utility in the hands of Malizda. Virtus.Pro once again playing that kind of signature pace so far in this game. They're not really going aggressive or fast. They're just taking their time, wasting whatever utility Berzerk has in their hands. And just kind of...
Sorry, go ahead, Roy.
No, you know, I insist, please.
I was gonna say Thompson's kind of in a rough spot, right? Without having a smoke with over a minute left on ramp can be so difficult, which means you're relying heavily on legit to rotate with that smoke from heaven if you like can, right, to get to J Hall. But it looks like VP is just gonna negate this and try to get some control towards outside. That deep smoke, I believe, is the Astralis smoke to smoke off towards Hell and Lockers, and now that baits out the molly from Tanson. VP has gotten a large portion of control towards outside. A great flash from Mihu to take that fight. And yeah, that smoke lands perfectly towards Lockers, and they're going to try to force legit out of heaven.
I mean, Veggie's up close and personal. He hears the AUG scope as well. An awkward angle for both players, but Veggie does come out on top. And only to take an 8 damage as well. Now, Snatchy is holding... Oh, the timing of that. He gives it up. Cello on the flank finds one. Sinks finds one as well. And suddenly it is an advantage with Tossin's kill.
Oh, Mihu decides to smoke Mini. He knows someone, I think, is coming out of hut. Okay, Licious going to get the plant down. Delicious wants to keep fighting. Mihu has gone through around door. As Thompson will flash himself out. Delicious loses that fight. That should have been a win from him. He needed to stay alive to buy time for Mihu. The bomb is not quite planted for Mihu.
Wow.
And he has to take the peek. And Berzerk will get around on the board. More importantly, they'll get the op out of it. But with the plant and everything, VP's got cash still.
Yeah, they have a good amount of cash reserved. It's only going to stand for this one purchase, though. I think if they... Unless they get a bump in the next round, I don't imagine it will be a buy. But regardless, the talking point in this round for me was how clean that was on the retake for Berzerk. Yeah, they lost the A site, but they took lobby as a result. They held down Mini, so that really Virtus.Pro had no maneuvering, no room to breathe. And that was really well played by Tossin as well, taking the individual 1v1s and winning them. So, Berzerk off to a good start. Now they have the full utility and kits as well, Keith. Now the defense becomes a little bit easier, but it seems like Virtus.Pro, they want to fix what was broken. Now they're upping up the pace a little bit here.
They want to take as much ground as they can get. And without Celio peeking this out, or really... Yeah, as he's fed the info to his teammates clearly, because someone has rotated down vents. That is legit. But he's in either a 1 in fight position or a 1 in like retreat as fast as you can and hope your ramp player can help you, because there's no one else here to help him. Veggie's going to cross on a flash. It won't get legit, but his head is taken clean off. Okalicious is willing to take that damage for Veggie to get an opener. They'll leave Snacks to hold the flank, which means they can focus all eyes forward on the ramp player. And Thompson thought he had control room, but it is ripped from his cold, dead hands. VP have just full control of B site, and I want to see Berzerk just duck out of here.
Yeah, retaking this is going to be so difficult, and I think they're already posturing for it. They know they've lost control, and this is a smart decision here coming out from the German side. I'd like to see that. But yeah, what a round. Oh, Snack. He's holding it down. Man, he's so close to getting both those kills, but not even finding one. Now, Melissa's struggling to... Melissa, you got it, I believe. He gets it on the 3rd attempt.
Oh, Mihu knows. Oh, Mihu may have known. I don't like VP hunting this. I mean, even though... they traded 2 for 1 there to keep a man advantage, which means their buy is still going to be superior. Keep in mind, Berzerker going to get $2,900, which puts them in a bit of an interesting spot. VP's buy is still going to be comfortable, but there was some money tossed to the win there. But I guess they really wanted to drop Celio top. That could be a big factor on CP side.
Yeah, my only counterpoint to this would be the fact that, well, because Virtus.Pro took off that single weapon, now the purchase is much weaker for Berzerk. They knew that buy was going to come in regardless. If they hadn't gotten 2 weapons, maybe it would have been a save, but the single weapon has Melisda and legit down to no utility, nothing. They have zip, no kit, nothing available to them. So it's really just toss in Sinks and Cello, and Sinks finds the opening frag to Snacks. That's a signature Snacks play that is denied. So I think Berzerk's done their homework, Keith.
Seems like they have watched a couple games of EP on Nuke. They're catching up on the tendencies. As Veggie, he's gotten down, so he's gonna molly off the stairs. Sinks is gonna try to get one, if not two, here towards Ramp. Trades just off the mark. Mihu trades, and Veggie gets one, but he'll burn to death. This puts Virtus.Pro in a man disadvantage. Alcina has made a little bit of noise towards Decon. They'll molly it off. And Okalicious has to decide between Ramp and Control. I'd say the smart choice is Control, and he agrees. So he will gain this Control legit. Opens double door. Should be a free kill for Okalicious. It is. Alcina drops, and it is just Cello with the op. And he has to hit a shot on Miyu, and he has to hit it now. Otherwise, they're going to sit in a crossfire and not peek you.
Yeah, with that lack of utility that we were talking about earlier, that's going to come back to haunt them right now. Cello has nothing to clear them out of these angles. He's just going to save his AWP. That's a wise decision. But the loss bonus is pretty good for Berzerker. I think they will be able to get a buy regardless. And now with that saved op, I think they might be able to even pump out a healthier purchase, giving a weapon over to Molly or legit. Let's see. Wait, they went for the... Okay, that is interesting. I am really surprised to see that decision. I feel like they had more than enough to pump out a really healthy buy here.
Yeah, especially if a couple of you just downgrade UMPs and get, like, a little bit of utility. I mean, it's crazy, too, because the buy here could have shut down the utility. As he runs out by himself, I mean, they would have killed him and traded him with UMPs a bit more smoothly. Now VP owns the site, and legit will fall. The mini rotator hits the dirt. Cello's carried up. Well, it doesn't do anything. It's Hassan trying to get back into the lobby. This could be VP getting a 7th on T-side. That is such a scary proposition. And you know what? What's more terrifying is Snax is willing to stand in front of a smoke with his knife out. As Berzerk, they're going to fall deeper and deeper down this hole of needing to buy, but they're trying to find a midway ground of competent buys in response. Thompson is going to get one, but Snatch, I think, wants to get the bed. He will. There is the 7-1, and VP will take the op as well. Oh, they dropped it.
Yeah, they dropped it.
Fair enough. I mean, the aggression's kind of been their friend on these AKs.
I'm just so surprised to see a save come out from Berzerk. Of course, this is the safer route, okay? No doubt about it. It can be argued for sure. But I feel like they're at such a massive deficit that they couldn't really have afforded to save that round, considering they were on the verge of a pretty healthy purchase. But now they have a lot of utility. Now they have the aggression, and Cello's outside, up close and personal. There's 2 players on the other side of the smoke, and it will come down to timing, and I think they're aware of his position. They're slowly pinching him, Keith. He's in trouble.
This might get hairy real quick. Cello is going to get mollied off. The swing comes in from Mihu. He bests him. Great utility usage from VP to sniff that one out. And it's all VP across the board. It sinks in heaven. And he's about to be utility walled off with a smoke, a flash, and maybe even a nade. As the bomb goes down, and VP show you the power of grouping and using the buddy system with utility. I mean, it sweeps the A site. It sweeps outside. Sinks desperately wants to try this retake, but he's getting a funnel of nades tossed to the distance. And he's tagged down to 19. I think he's got to pack his bags and take a bit of a vacation, right?
Yeah. More like a work leave without pay.
Those ones aren't fun.
But yeah, this is, man, I really like Virtus.Pro's playstyle right now. It's super dynamic. It's not rigid. It's not structured to a certain extent. Of course, there's always a bit of strategy behind every single round, but this is just dynamic teamwork play. The kind of Counter-Strike that is almost unstoppable unless you start to abuse the extremities and abuse the weaknesses on the map control. Whereas as of right now, Virtus.Pro, the plow has begun, Keith. They're 8-1. They have the economy here hurting for Berzerk, so it'll likely be... Well, actually, wait, Tossin's already purchased up. So wait, they'll buy with this money, but they wouldn't buy with the other money?
Seems like they have their priorities a little crossed. And then they can't say loss bonus has an effect because they have max.
Yeah, Legit also has 2.3 thousand and he's not buying either.
That's full utility, if not another hit. Okalicious will say thank you and he'll take out Cello. So this mini player's been getting just bullied. Either he fights outside or goes mini. And Okalicious will get the sound cue that Miles does, done the exact same thing. 2 kills for VP in a matter of 10 seconds from Okalicious. And now VP are going to flash themselves into heaven. I imagine Veggie rolls this A site. As Sinks will try to fight back for Mini. Berserk take lobby control in response, but they're down 2 members. Sinks, 1 and traded immediately. VP, I mean, their spacing seemingly is just on point right now.
Really, truly, yeah. That can't be emphasized enough, I feel. It's just tossing it legit now, left with virtually no option but to continue pressing for some sort of space, and it will begin with lobby. But of course, they don't have any kits. They don't have any utility kit. That means smoke defusers are not an option. And if they do want to go for the retake, well, it has to be quick because, again, no kit. I think this is just a gamble. I think they're just holding a site. If they come into them, great. If not, well, we just save. But Tossin, he's moving down towards Vent. He could catch one player. That's Snacks, but the timing is unfavorable. And Snacks comes out on top. And once again, Virtus.Pro looking to pick up the 9th round.
It's shaping up like that. 9 rounds on the T side. And I think what VP have been doing gorgeously is just understanding the control they have and the counterplays that Berserk make in response. They're clearly well versed on Nuke. I think there's no contesting that. And it's been Berserk to make the mistakes. VP haven't really... I mean, it's not like they're playing gorgeously. They're playing great. Their spacing's good. It's just they have a great understanding of the map control they gain in comparison to what they give up. Where Berserk are still trying to figure out what VP are up to every round.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bit of a clash of playstyles right now, isn't there? Virtus.Pro is just playing dynamic, slow, taking their time, squeezing out picks. Whereas Berzerk hasn't... They're still playing their own style, right? They haven't really adapted to anything crazy. Now, Cello finds the first one, tossing up close and personally able to find one as well. So we're down to 3s, but... don't think 3s will be enough unless legit can find something right here. Nah.
Almost. Nearly.
Close.
But no cigar, Roy. And I like this from VP. They could have ran to B. They could have got a plant. But they have a good idea as Berserk probably going to get a gun out of this. And they will pick them apart across the map. 10 rounds on this T side for VP. The pace is in their pockets. And the lead is firmly in their grasp. As Berserk will get the op back out. This time at Malzina's hand. And they get Ogs. They get full utility. I'd love to see a ramp aggression play, right? Or maybe try to get aggression towards outside. It seems like VP just have free reign right now when it comes to opening the teams.
I think they're also to some degree scared of the Snacks play as well. They seem to be so aware and vigilant of that fast vent play that they're like actively looking to counter right now. Cello finds the opening frag. That's Mihu looking to find a pick. But he's punishing now, tossing. I think the evolve has kind of finally come into play here for Berserk side.
Yeah, we needed some form of aggression. I'm happy that came out towards ramp, caught them completely off guard. They haven't done that in the entire half, so that works perfectly in their advantage. Veggie sneaks in towards Mini. He heard the obstacle from Malzina. And Veggie can get a second entry here towards A. He does, and Snatchy taps away from Speaky. The triple A hold disintegrates thanks to Veggie and Snatchy. Bomb will go down, and do they bother this retake? We saw Malzina cross. You know, get a molly under the bomb and back up, and this may just be another save situation. They're so far down, they just can't do it.
Yeah, that is just so disjointed. I'm more so impressed by the fact that Virtus.Pro was able to utilize the control that they had so well. And Veggie with the double entries on A site, man, that's just, it can't be stated enough. It can't be emphasized enough how important that is. And Virtus.Pro keep the win streak alive. 11 rounds. Not in a row, but 11 rounds on the board on Seaside Nuke. A map that is still pretty CT-sided.
Oh, for sure. And the thing that, like, really gives the CT side its advantage is pretty much the rotation. So that being absent, it just, it's unfortunate for Berserk. Now not even going to be able to save. Martina is going to drop. VP 11 as Berserk. I mean, this is a half buy. Or, I mean, you're so far down. I guess you keep buying at this point.
Yeah, if I'm Berserk, I'm investing. Pistols, armors, it'll be this time. They have some nades. Okay, they have maybe they have a plan in mind. Oh, here we go. Nade stacks coming in. Okay, a good amount of damage. That could soften him up for the pistols now.
Fellow certainly trying, but it's going VP's way. Veggie somehow down secret. I don't know how he got here. He ran by them all with a wall of smokes. He's thinking about coming through a smoke himself. Legit, it's still pushed up into what I call no man. And a great flash. I think that was actually a VP flash, so not quite a great flash. Taken care of. That's all Veggie. He's tapping away. Don't tell me he does it, Roy. One away from a 4K full HP against Tossin, who picked up an AK. And Tossin gets a good timing, so aggression pays off Berzerk.
Okay, not bad. A round on the board on a half buy, nonetheless. Now, if they can close off this half 11-4, I see hope. If this is a 13-2, though, or a 12-3, it's going to be a really tough battle in the second half for Berzerk, no doubt. And it just adds so much pressure on the pistol round as well. Well, there he goes, tossing towards ramp, trying to go aggressive, and he gets punished for it. So now they have full ramp control, and Snacks is lurked out on the A site.
It's what he does best, isn't it, Roy?
Mm-hmm.
He'll sit and just cut those rotations. And if he doesn't kill anyone, he knows that they're rotating one-man stacked or two-man stacked extra elsewhere. Sinks made no noise as he comes down through ramp. And hello. He will clear out vents. So Snacks gets figured out. Delicious. He's worrying about double. They're funneling through one doorway here in Decon. That's so hard to do with Veggie hitting that shot. Now he'll molly it. Sinks comes in through ramp. Well, he clears Darky Will. Snatchy gone to the sidearm. Oh, Delicious has to hit a shot. There's a smoke on the bomb, and they're on it. That molly makes things hard for Delicious.
There it is.
To push through it. Berzerk get a third, and now Berzerk is starting to take advantage of those mistakes from VP.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I mean, now their backs are against the wall, right? They have no choice but to battle their way out of this hole that they found themselves in. Now, double op setup comes out here for Berzerk, something that they have not ran once yet. So this could catch the VP roster off guard. Let's see where this... So Tossin's been opping towards ramp. I think he's going to continue, or sorry, playing towards ramp. So one of the ops will be there. And it seems like Molly is towards outside. Actually, wait. Tossin fell on ramp as well.
Oh, if they find legit, though, that hurts, doesn't it? Leave Sync. He's got to sync up this round. A 1v3. They are separated. So this is a free kill on Veggie. Snatchy knows J-Hall's clear, and he's pushed all the way to below Heaven. Now, two options. You run back ramp and meet up with your teammate, or go up Heaven and see if he rotated out, which he did. So Snatchy will free let information to Okalicious, who will come up Heaven and plant this bomb. Sinks on the short stake of rotates.
This is being so well communicated by Virtus.Pro. I really like that rotation. Headed over towards ramp. Now they know they have the A site for free. I think Sinks is starting to catch on as well. Now that Molotov will definitely give away the signs that they are on the A site. The only issue is with the Heaven position, this might be very hard for Sinks to play around.
Can he do it? Delicious back sight. Snatchy just holding his cross. This is maybe too much to ask for. Sinks needs to hit a headshot in a 1v1. He has to hit it now. Slowly push up. Snatchy in the rafters position. 5 HP. Okalicious about to swing with him. 12-3. That T-side. I may just put this entire map to bed. Yeah.
They got, what, 7 rounds? So they got 4 rounds off the pistol. They traded 1 round for 7 in a row. A pretty good trade, I must say.
Yeah.
But yeah, 12-3. I think that might have done it. That might have just given VP the edge that they need to finish off this half in a comfortable fashion as well. But let's see how it starts. There's still hope. Pistol round, first gun round, those will be the most crucial for Berzerk if they want to start the beginning of this comeback. And it'll be heavy play towards the outside. And heavy play for Virtus.Pro as well. It's going to be a battle on the courtyard out here.
Snatchy getting the reload on his P2000. Berzerk going to fall all the way back. Now, the saving grace here is VP can fall secret for free. And they can get in towards back hall vents, etc., etc. And it looks like Berzerker's going to run this towards ramp. This should be heard from Okalicious, who's going to peek J-Hall, but he can't die here. That would not help his cause. Luigi's gonna fall back safely as Sinks will get control. And he's gonna keep going with it. Snatchy's close. What a shot from Snatchy. Snacks is now pressuring from Decon. The bomb is down and tapping away as Snatchy does the exact same thing to Malzina. Snatchy now trying to push his way out legit, holding a headshot angle, but his teammates don't know that Snatchy's here. Perhaps didn't get communicated legit. Rock gets his second, and it's all on me. Who hits absolute bangers and drops them both. Has time for the defuse. VP get 13.
Oh, okay. Wow. There's so many shots in that round where I was just like, whoa, those shots are clean. Mihu, though, that last shot was disgusting. And he's picked up such an important round for his team as well. Now Berzerk will have to make a very difficult decision, which I'm very surprised they're not taking a timeout to make it. But it is a hero AK play. I think that, they have a double.
I'm reading your mind. I'm reading your mind what you're thinking. It's a big decision. Use the box.
Right? Why? I'm gonna continue advocating until it's ingrained in the minds of every single player in the scene.
That's why every team needs a coach. Make it easy for them. Mihu will tag up. Hassan. Martina catches one player in mini. He may be able to transfer this for 2. He is. Well traded from Snatchy and Snacks, but Malzina cleans up outside and opens up secret. It's open for business. And Mihu is a little hesitant to rotate because he knew there'd be a lurker towards right. The Tossin has drawn their attention enough. It looks like Berzerk. Are they on A or B, Roy? They are on B. And with Reggie going down, VP may drop this round. Casello has come back up vents. He's about to plan A.
Yeah, and look at Melissa's position as well. He's up close and personal. He's gonna hear players to his left. Oh, that's awkward. But Snatchy now, the last player here, 1 versus 3. He's looking to snatch just one away from Berzerk, but they seem to be pretty well set up and ready for this post plant.
Snatchy's gonna need some great timing, and they don't know he's here. But with a player in Squeaky and a player in Hut, they're gonna hear him no matter what. And he doesn't have a kit for the ninja, so that's probably
smoke.
Out of the realm of possibility. Yeah. Now, he is gifted 1, and these players haven't quite run away. They're still in lobby. He's gonna be going for some kills. He'll drop vent, and he's gonna drop on out of here. I think Cello should live as well. Cena escapes, no harm. Foul. Now VP with such a lead on 1400. That's double save territory.
That is.
I imagine are buying here.
Yeah, I suspect they'll be purchasing as well. There it is. Now the buy's coming out. So they have the scout in the hands of Snacks. Veggie's picked up the Deagle armor, and so does Okalicious, and so has Mihu as well. So Berzerk picking up a round that might be their saving grace, Keith. If they can close off this round, that will be an eco coming up as well. They will be able to find the 6th round on the board, and at that point, it's just battle the attrition, how many rounds they can get before they drop a few. Now Snacks, he'll be the first line of defense outside with the scout. A good weapon to have, but it's unless he can find headshots, it's not a one-shot kill. And it seems like Berzerk was looking to transition quickly down below where Veggie's awaiting to receive, Keith.
He is, isn't he? Now, if he can get 1 and pick up a gun and just create Berzerk to sweat a little bit, fire will be exchanged and Mihu will fall. Veggie's gonna push. Tossin is 1 shot away from death, and it will connect. He'll grab that AK and back it up, shift it back. With Sinks taking damage, Okalicious wants to try to push for lobby, and he's hit a lovely shot on Cello. VP, give and take, and they are taking. Somehow Snatchy whiffs on Malzina. I'm willing to forget that. As long as VP keep this control towards lobby, they are looking okay.
Yeah, now they do have full control of heaven, but Snacks is waiting with the scout. Now, Berzerk players are so wounded that that scout is a one-shot kill to every single player. So if Snacks can train these shots back to back, he's locked this one down. It's really going to come down to Snacks here, in my opinion. But Veggie and Okalicious, they have picked up AKs. First shot, Snacks hits it.
Now he's going to reposition. He has another angle where he just sees their body. He'll tag Malzina, and it's all legit. 1 by 1, fish into a barrel. They take Snacks, and Veggie's got the refrag. VP, they do it on the 1 save gun, pistols, and scout. And they get up to 14. 10 rounds in a row needed now for Berzerk. VP 1 away from securing OT. And Berzerk have to forced buy back, I'd say. I mean, they're being very hesitant about
Yeah,
it.
there's honestly no choice. I feel like their chances of winning 11 rounds in a row to bring it into OT are like so slim that they might as well just gamble it on their choices right here. But it seems like it's gonna be a fast pace towards the A site. Okay, let's just up close and personal. He'll be the first to fall. Veggie's on the site, finds himself 2 kills. No Glicious burns one alive. Snatchy playing it aggressive, finds one. It's all down to Melizda, but he's unable to stand for much longer. So it is Virtus.Pro, the Plow, picking up 15 on the board. Match point.
My goodness. I mean, Nuke is just seemingly like Virtus.Pro's playground, more so than Mirage. They just have a great understanding of pacing on T-side, and with such a big lead, CT-side has been a breeze for them. Berzerk unable to find their footing. They're able to get some nice kills here and there, but capitalize on the ground gain from that. That seemingly has been a struggle for them. But for a team with room to grow, of course, in Winners League, as Mihu sit back box and Cello may just peek into his death. Berserker, Roy, and I don't know how well it's gonna go, and it's not going well. 3 players dead, 4 players dead. Almost, 1v5. Not today. VP will sweep the floor and go 16-4 and take the win.
And what a performance from Snatchy and Veggie as well. Snatchy's at 20 kills, 5 assists, 11 deaths. Veggie 25, 2, and 12. That is disgusting. Look at Snacks with the 15 effective flashes as well. I mean, that was a performance from Virtus.Pro and a half. Man, I feel like I'm getting more and more excited every single time I watch them. It seems like they're finally getting their own signature playstyle now. They're not really relying on, slot machine IGLing. They're not really relying on the set pieces. It's just dynamic team play. One of the hardest things to achieve in Counter-Strike, but the most rewarding. So congratulations to them. Tough luck for Berzerk. And I think that puts Virtus.Pro so high up in the standings now that they have pretty much secured playoffs. We will go over these standings in next week's broadcast if you are not quite sure. Also, if you are curious, you can find the standings on dust2.us as well. They have the standings for Winners League there. So if you want to check that out, I think it is there. I'm not sure if they have it for EU, but I'm pretty sure they do. Regardless, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys being here, all the fans, all the supporters. Much love, man. Thank you guys for being in here. If you haven't done so already, please do follow all our socials. That is Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook for Winners League, as well as Keith's and mine down here below. We would love your support. Follow Mel as well. We got to give her some love. She never gets any. But besides that, if you have missed the action, if you've missed the highlights, we have that coming up for you. But besides that, we are out of here. See you guys for next week for the final week before playoffs.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my